Today, let's talk about ranking our favorite Marvel movies. Now, you guys say, let's lurk.
Let's lurk.
Let's lurk.
Should have been. It's too late now, Paul.
We can try it again. Victor, ready? 1, 2, one, two,
let's.
three. It's a count. Rock, paper, scissors. Let's lurk.
Let's lurk.
All right, so for those of you that are watching, you might notice that I have two different people here. I've got my friend Paul and my friend Vic. We talk about movies all the time. We give each other a hard time. Well, Scott is still on his honeymoon. Because Scott's out of town, we thought this would be fun to just like rank all of the MCU projects because we have opinions. And it feels like it goes back and forth, Vic, between you and I agreeing with each other and you and I very much actively disagreeing with each other.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I'm
where would
Switzerland.
you? Yeah, I was gonna say, Paul. What do you, like? Your overall opinion is probably just gonna be put everything in the A tier.
Yeah, I probably either that or I'll just disagree with whatever Victor says. So either one of those two, and let's ride.
I have strong opinions.
All right,
I will have the opposite.
Did you guys both start watching the MCU films right when Iron Man came out? Like, what's your love for the Marvel franchise?
I mean, my Marvels. I mean, that started when I was a kid. The comics. I mean, you already know. Like, to be honest with you, the coolest comic book character when I was a child was Wolverine. You couldn't tell anybody, any of us as kids, anything about Wolverine. He was the best. He could beat up Galactus for all we knew, for all we cared. But once the movie started, I didn't know it would turn into all of this. But yeah, I mean, they started doing movies, and the movies were good. And yeah, I was on board the whole way.
I'm not as nerdy as Victor. I was nerdy in different ways, just not comic book nerdy. Wasn't meant as an insult, just so you know. I was in marching band and that kind of nerdy. So I wasn't super into comic books, but once Iron Man came out, I was hooked. Yeah, I was all the way in. So I was just a different type of nerdy than you, Victor.
Sounds like he's not a real fan. But
he's not a real fan.
Oh,
but
okay.
I think I'm worse. I'm the worst one off here. I had an older sister, and so I didn't get to watch. She didn't care about comics. I never read any comics. I didn't really find my nerd part of me until I was out of college.
If I could, I would show you my bookcase full of comic books that I have to solidify my nerdness. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I have one nerd card to play, and that's that I've been to every single opening movie night with both of you, except for the Eternals, because, you know, that's the F tier movie that we're about to
Did you
rank.
not go to Eternals with us?
No, I did not go to no. Because the first...
We didn't go to Eternals the same.
The first time I saw Eternals was streaming, because I waited for it to come out on Disney+.
Did I go see it with Jeff? I must have just saw it with Jeff.
Yeah, because we didn't go. I went with my girl, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, we can get to all that later.
We'll get to it. We'll get to
Yeah.
it. Okay, so for the lurkers, a tier list is set up as A is... It's just like grades, right? A through F. S is like God tier. That's the ones that transcends its genre. The same way we would say Nicolas Cage transcends actors, right?
That's what I like to hear. That's my type of talk.
Can we swear on this podcast?
Yeah. As much as you'd like, Paul.
I will tell you what I told you in the group chat. If that is the judge, then yes, S is specifically reserved for Nick Cage because it stands for shitty acting.
Oh my God!
Get
Bring
out
Nick
of here.
Cage back for Ghost Rider.
They're making a new one, right?
Woof.
Oh, dude, if they did, that would be great. Okay, so where would you guys put Iron Man?
I think
The first movie.
you got to go S tier.
The first one.
It's the
Really? S tier?
yeah. I like without Iron Man, the rest of it. We aren't talking right now. The rest of this doesn't happen, right? Like it is that good. It set the stage for everything.
I don't know.
I get you there, but are we talking about the movie or the impact of the movie? Because I understand that there's nothing else happening in the Marvel universe without Iron Man, but the movie itself, at today, you watch that movie, will you put that as an S tier?
I don't think we can take the movie at strictly at face value. You got to talk about what it means too.
My opinion is it has to be at worst a B, but at best an A. There's no way
I would go A.
Like, sure, to start the franchise with an A is great, Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say A myself.
A it
All right.
is.
2 against 1.
I'm just starting off.
I got voted off the island. It's okay.
Real fast. What was the second movie?
The second movie is
was it Captain?
The Incredible Hulk.
Oh God, is that on this? It's got to be.
Yeah,
it's right
I've
here.
seen it.
D. I'm saying D.
No, whoa,
D?
whoa, slow down.
It's not good.
The Edward Norton one. Yep.
There's a reason everybody
Are we?
forgets.
Are we?
There's a reason people forget about it. It's not even part of the MCU. It's not even a thing.
Vic, what?
Well, yeah, it is. It is part of the MCU.
Technically.
Vic, what's your opinion
So,
on this?
I would say a B. I think that this is the only good Incredible Hulk movie that we have. So I would say,
Victor, I don't think we have a good Incredible Hulk movie. Standalone Incredible Hulk movie. I don't think
yes,
we have
we
a
do.
good one.
who? What movie? What Incredible Hulk movie
Ragnarok.
do we have? I'm done with
That's
you.
a Thor movie.
I'm done. That's a Thor movie.
It's literally called Thor Ragnarok. It's not called Hulk
Shut up.
Ragnarok.
All right. My reaction, Vic, was to go the opposite. There's no way this can be anything more than an F.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Really?
I like that movie. I like that movie.
We might need to compromise here. B, D, and
D.
F.
D.
It's gonna.
All right, let's give it a D for now. I want to see where else we go here
All right,
because
all right, all right.
The Incredible Hulk is not the hill I want to die on.
Okay.
It's a fair point. Iron Man 2 is next.
What we thinking? I'm in the C's and the D's on this
I'm
one.
C. C is fine.
I'm a C. I'm a solid C. Iron Man 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm down
C
with
is
that.
Where the hell
I'm
is
down
it? Can
with
you guys point this out to me? These things are so tiny. Good.
That's right. That's right.
It's like the best recasting of a character you could expect with a new roadie.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
that's maybe the only redeeming part of that movie.
We might be getting another recasting of a character here shortly too.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
What's the next
I mean,
movie?
not in this list, but in IRL.
Oh, okay. I got you.
The next movie is Thor.
Wow.
The first Thor.
Captain
Hold
America?
on. Before you go and rate things, I want everybody to have the perspective that they bleached his eyebrows for this.
You're stupid. I mean, I was going to give it an F.
An F?
I'd go C or D. It wasn't a very good movie.
It was an F.
I mean,
The first Thor, I would give a D. I'm happy to give it an F, honestly. But I just have a hard time. In my mind, I would much rather return to Thor than I would Hulk.
100% every single time.
I very much disagree, but okay, whatever.
Well, so let's put them side by side in D then.
Yeah, they're both in that D territory.
I think the Hulk is better, but whatever. I'm not ready to die. I'm not going to die on that hill.
The next is Captain America: The First Avenger.
I would say C.
I'd go B.
Why did you get?
I think
Willie gave me a look.
I'm not a huge Captain Marvel fan, just in general. Like, I'm not a huge fan of his character.
Captain America?
Yeah, sorry, Captain America. But I think he's got to get a B. Oh, you're just gonna put him?
I have the opposite take. I'm a huge fan of his character, but it's more of a comic book fan. I thought the movie was boring. I thought the movie was like super boring, and I was like, okay, whatever, let's get on with this.
Yeah.
So that's why,
There's two things that like build this up a little bit more for me, where it almost brings me to that like B tier. One, I genuinely thought that Chris Evans was the small version, and they filmed that ahead of time, and then he bulked up for the second half of the film. It caught me off guard, and I was like so impressed with the CG. And I kind of like Tommy Lee Jones, but I'm also happy to leave it at a C.
Yeah,
I say it's C.
I would say B myself.
I say C myself.
All right, it's staying with C.
All right.
It's almost got to be right there with Iron Man 2. They're pretty much the same.
It wasn't that great of a movie.
I'd like to go back to that S tier conversation for this next film, because the next film is Marvel's The Avengers, the first Avengers.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it S tier.
S tier.
I'm gonna say S tier.
That is an easy S tier.
Yeah.
We all agree that it's one of the best ensemble films of all time.
hold on, that happened that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's phase.
That's crazy to me.
That's all of Vic. That's all of phase one.
That's crazy to me. I didn't know that happened. That's like I expected so many more movies before that.
Well, if you think about it, they introduced us to Iron Man and Captain America, the two like leading roles.
Yep.
They put
Thor.
Hulk in there, and then Thor shows up at the beginning of the Avengers.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
All right, we're getting into
All right.
phase two.
Oh.
Phase two starts with what I think is a pretty underrated movie, Iron Man 3.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
That
Can we do D?
Can
we do D?
That scene with all the suits, like he's really picking it up. I think that's the movie where he made the new arc reactor, whatever they called it, right?
It's a D.
You think it's a D? I mean, I like.
think it's a D. The
There's
villain was very subpar.
True. You're right.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But I like the
subpar.
Iron Man storyline in that movie was really good. That's the one where like he struggled big time with health, right? Or was that two?
No, that's this one. That was when they got rid of the arc reactor. There's a lot of character development in this. I feel like Iron Man 3 was really about like it was like a down moment for Tony.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad film.
I go see.
I actually
I didn't.
I go see. That movie gets a lot of hate.
I'm kind of
unnecessarily.
I'm kind of at a C too.
Unnecessarily. I mean, if I'm outvoted. Y'all want to go see?
The kid was at his funeral, right?
Who cares? I didn't care. If that kid wasn't there, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, why wasn't the kid there?
Now, Paul, just to go with Vic here for a second, every single person, the entire internet goes, who the fuck's that guy?
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
No way.
I did the same thing. I was like, huh? And then, oh, and then you read about it after.
All right, what's next?
Next, I think, is our first F. Thor: The Dark World.
I'm down.
F.
I'll give it an F.
That is an F.
100%.
That is the first Marvel movie that I did not like. Just straight up didn't like.
I didn't hate it. To be honest with you, I understand it's not that good of a movie, but I didn't hate it like that.
When that movie came out, I didn't want to see it in theaters, and then when I finally watched it, I got distracted. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I think I've watched it a few times now because I think we've all kind of made our rounds through the whole thing, but I don't think it's a good film at all.
No, I think F tier is right where it needs to be.
Yeah. Okay, Paul.
The Winter Soldier, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is up next.
A.
I go B at best.
Come
A.
what the? Oh, come on!
I'm
Now you just-
100%.
No,
I'm
no, no, no.
100% with
All right,
Vic.
fine. You can put it in A. Just know that Bucky Barnes is the most overrated Marvel character there is. Period.
Oh my god! You
What?
are such
Why?
a
He's so
now.
angsty. I don't know. It's a whole.
angsty. What does that mean? What is that?
No, like what this movie did was solidified Captain America as a badass. Like if we didn't get this film, we would get so many other things. Like his scene in Infinity War wouldn't be as impactful if we didn't get his elevator scene in this movie.
And to be honest with you, they made an interesting Captain America movie. Like the movie itself was just really good. Like you know, espionage, spy stuff. It was really good.
That's fine. I'll roll with A. All right, next up.
What's the next?
Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy.
A.
Yeah, I go A too. That's a phenomenal
easy
movie.
A.
Easy A.
Yeah, that's a
I mean,
That's a
it's
great
like
movie.
the music alone almost pushes it to S tier, guys. I don't know if I would go that far, but I'm like right on the edge. That movie could easily jump into S tier.
I
I agree with you. I think that's
definitely
that's one of those movies that you can just open up Disney Plus and just watch whenever, right? Like it's a very watchable.
Are we
think-
good with this?
Yeah, S tier.
I
go
am.
S tier. Yeah.
I think this is a movie that anybody who doesn't even watch Marvel can watch this movie and be like, "This movie is great."
And
That's exactly right. My dad had never seen any of these other films. He was like, "Hey, I want to go see this movie. I've heard it's like a cool like modern day Star Trek movie." He watches it, and I'm like, "By the way, there's like 10 other movies we could go watch." And then we went and watched them all.
It's the gateway drug.
Yeah.
I also think that this was the one where like Marvel started to realize that they didn't need to be like household name characters to be a really good movie.
Yeah.
Because nobody had
I
ever
agree.
heard of Drax. Well, not nobody. Victor had, but most of us hadn't heard of, Gamora.
Us
and
nobodies.
Drax. Us, lowly band geeks, not comic book geeks, hadn't heard of those, and it basically showed that they can do it. So
what's next, Paul?
Next is Age of Ultron, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
See,
I'm okay with it, but yeah, I'm okay with it. I think.
What's up? What's up?
I'm okay with the lower rating because I think Ultron is a phenomenal villain, but
I think so.
But I'm okay with it simply for how they did Quicksilver. Like, he is the fastest human alive. Let him outrun some bullets. All right, I just like that part. I never really.
They did him dirty. He never should have died there.
Yeah, I agree. Next up is the hilarious Ant-Man.
I would give that a B.
That's, I think, the first B.
Yeah, I'll roll a B there.
I think it's a B.
Marvel crushed the comedy mixed with with the action on that one.
Yeah.
All right, and that was we're through phase 2, guys.
Oh wow.
Good. All right, phase 3 starts with Captain America: Civil War.
I'm still with A on that one.
Oh, it could be an S for me.
It could be an S for me too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's so good.
Yeah, Paul, feel like Paul. Come on, Paul.
What are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
What's going, man? What's going on?
It's a good movie. Again, I just don't like Winter Soldier. I don't. There's too much. Like,
Spider-Man was introduced.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I forgot about the fight at the. I'm okay with an A. I'm not going to go S on that one. A tier is good for me.
This is bullshit.
Hey, if
I'm with you, Willy. I'm with you.
Oh, hold on. Let me play devil's advocate to myself here for a sec, Vic. The villain in this was maybe one of the weaker villains.
I give you that.
Baron Zemo.
I give you that. But all right, so take the villain out. You have Spider-Man. We introduced Spider-Man. We introduced Black Panther.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of things happening in this movie.
That's true.
They'll set the stage for everything that's going forward. Just like your Iron Man. You talked about Iron Man. This set it up for like Endgame and all those things. So I mean, I would say it's more of a reason for it to go to S tier. But you know, who am I?
Yeah. I just think.
All right. Well,
go ahead.
Leave it at A. We've got to leave it at A. I mean, but like. Oh, it's the one I'm going to be pissed off. That's the one people are going to get mad at us about.
I think if we reserve S tier, if we hold S tier to a higher standard, then I don't know that it fits.
It was the Avengers, and maybe it's because you have to put yourself in the time period. It was the Avengers movie we wanted that Ultron didn't give us. Yeah. And that's why we were all like, that was it. That was the movie.
And also, to be honest and go into my nerdy thing, there's so many callbacks from the comic book event of Civil War. Like, it's super good. Like, it's super good.
All right,
but what's the next?
We'll stick at A.
Next one is Doctor Strange.
The first one I give a B.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. I enjoyed that movie.
The first one I enjoyed.
I think it's a B plus. I'm still gonna put it at B. Is that this one? Good introduction to the character. I like how you discovered his powers.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is next.
I will go A.
I think it's a B for me.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's going on?
I think we got to have some standards here. Okay.
Go ahead.
That was the one where he fights his dad, correct?
Yeah, correct.
See, the music wasn't as good, and like the thing that I expected,
the music.
The thing that you expect from a Guardians movie is great music. They set themselves up at S tier.
I think too, when you look at fighting planets, you're too Star Warsy on that one.
Well, literally, that's from the comics. Like his ego is. For me, there's not a Guardians of the Galaxy movie that I did not love and that I wouldn't put are the best of Marvel. I
am very excited for next Thursday.
Me too.
Okay. Next up is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
A.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Almost S tier. To be honest with you, almost S tier for me.
I will say I just watched the two good Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and I was like, man, I really I enjoyed Homecoming more than I enjoyed the introduction to like the original Spider-Man. It's iconic for different reasons, but I was just like, Homecoming was it's such a great movie. Marvel was hitting their stride at that point.
Villain was good. Michael Keaton did a great job.
He did.
Yeah, believable. Like even the little Miles Morales reference in there, just to like hint at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a phenomenal
I'm
movie.
happy with an A, and I'm with Vic 100%. Like that could be an S tier.
For me, it's almost S tier. I've seen that 3 times in a movie.
Yeah, I'll
so.
go S tier. I'm okay with S tier.
Are we there?
That's an amazing movie.
I think we're there.
That's an amazing
I think we're
It's
there.
an amazing movie.
All right.
Yeah.
and it comes out in like a month to streaming, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
Okay, so up next, where are we at? Oh, it's that other Hulk movie, Hulk Ragnarok.
You're stupid. I would say an A.
Yeah, I'm in. That
Easy
movie
A.
is, the movie's great.
A there.
I mean, to go
else,
from an F to an A is a huge
that's a
leap.
good point.
That's a good point.
Korg might even take it to an S tier for me.
Yep.
Okay, so after that, Black Panther.
I would say B.
That's an easy A for me.
It's a B for me.
It's a B for you?
Introducing the
It's a B
world
for
of
me.
Wakanda. Man.
So I might lose my black card on this, but I will say that it's a B for me. It's a good movie. So let me give my reasons. It's a good movie. The Black Panther, the star, he felt like a co-star in his own movie. He didn't feel like the star of the movie. Michael B. Jordan stole that movie from him.
100%.
And like Michael B. Jordan had all the presence in that movie.
Yep.
Also, the visual effects weren't as good.
Yeah.
So that's why I give it a B.
I think
But origin movies are never that good.
my only thing there, Vic, is I don't think he needed to be this, like, when you say star, right? Like, I think it worked well because he had already been introduced into the MCU, right? Like, it wasn't the first time we were seeing him. We already knew him a little bit. This is his first movie, but like
His
I don't know.
name's on the movie title.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, not that he doesn't need to be the star of the film, but I think like he could share that title with the villain a little bit better because he had already been introduced.
No, I disagree.
I struggle with this a lot because, like, for
I'd say
me,
B.
Black Panther has been one of my favorite movies. I gotta give it an A. Kendrick Lamar,
thing.
he did an amazing job. The music was the music in these films is the thing that's like elevating it for me, and it's good.
It makes
I
a
ain't gonna
big
lie,
difference.
that's one of the best soundtracks we had in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, I give you that.
Music makes a movie.
That's true.
Okay, Infinity War is the next one.
A.
No, I'd say S. That's maybe regarded as the best Marvel movie, period.
Not Endgame?
Most people consider Infinity War to be better than Endgame. I like Endgame better.
Really?
I like Endgame better myself, but I think when you look at what that set up and how, like, the ending of that movie, iconic.
You know what? I can't hate it though. I will leave it at S. I'm not bad at that.
I would put both of them, Infinity War and Endgame, both at S tier. We'll get to
I agree.
Endgame, but the thing is like, to know that you have a cast that is that large and everybody has their moment, you can talk through every single character and you know from start to finish what they did in that movie. I can't say that even about the first Thor movie.
Yeah,
True.
I agree.
Okay, up next, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
C.
Yeah, I'm
C.
fine with the C too. I will,
Because to be honest with you, I went to the theater to see that movie. I don't remember it. I really don't remember it. It was not impactful.
There was like a briefcase they were fighting over.
Yeah, I have no idea what the story was.
Captain Marvel.
D.
See. No, okay, he's going lower.
I'm okay with either of those. I like the character Captain Marvel, but I think they didn't do a great job on her movie. So.
No. But again, origin movies usually aren't good.
Are we upset with it being at a D?
No,
I'm not.
We aren't.
I'm not.
We as the group are not.
Okay.
All right. Next one, Avengers Endgame.
We already discussed this S
S
level.
level. That's S.
If there was something above S level, that'd be that.
Name a better scene in a movie. Name a more iconic,
they-
better scene in a movie than the fight scene where he finally gets to say,
Oh,
assemble.
Last of Us, that episode of Last of Us, one of the best scenes on anything.
I didn't say
ever.
scene. I said episode. But
Okay, all right.
We're not getting into this right now, Vic.
I have a different comment, but I'll keep it to myself.
Here's the deal. That movie had so many like jaw-dropping moments. Like when it says, like when Thor cuts Thanos' head off.
Yeah.
Silence. 5 years later, silence. Right? Like, there were so many moments that you're just like, I can't believe they're doing this. And they did it really fast.
Yeah, and the to weave that many storylines into one at the end it's phenomenal. All right, and to round out Phase 3, the last one in Phase 3 is Spider-Man: Far From Home.
I'm gonna say a B.
B.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's a good movie. It the whole Mysterio villain. He's a good villain.
How did Far From Home? Oh, it did come out after Tony died.
Yeah, because it was that was the whole thing. Was like Tony was dead and everything.
And Spider-Man was sad.
Oh God. Well, just everybody, let's pause for a minute here. Let's pay our respects to this list because it's about to get a thick bottom.
It's good. Yeah, it's going to be very bottom heavy from here on out.
We're building a dumpy right now.
You guys are so stupid.
I thought we were paying our respects to Tony Stark, but
I thought we were at first too.
To the list. Okay. All right.
You went a whole nother round on that one.
So the list that I've got does not have the shows in it. So we'll have to maybe rank those separately after when we look at them.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Next up is Black Widow. I go D
D.
on that one. D is fine.
Yeah, I'm down with D.
And oh man, they just like
that was.
I feel so bad. Scarlett Johansson could have put out a better movie. I don't like their casting for Yelena.
Really? I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I've never had an issue with it.
No, I never had an issue with it.
Well, she's trying to play the funny man in the movie, but I don't think she's doing it in a way that feels like it's like funny.
Authentic.
It doesn't feel authentic.
It doesn't feel funny. Got it. Her humor feels a little like Drax, right? Like where it's like a little bit of a deadpan, like trying to be funny like that. Like, doesn't do it maybe as well.
Yeah.
And that keep in mind that like this is like COVID. This is the first movie that was delayed.
This is the COVID movie
because of COVID, and so I think we all had some pretty high expectations for Marvel coming back, and then it was a little bit of a letdown. So
I didn't have high expectations for Black Widow. I can tell you that. Right?
Okay, well, maybe Willie and I did, or maybe just I did. All right, the next up is Shang-Chi.
F.
Get out! What?
I was gonna go with a B.
I was gonna say B too.
F. F.
It's got a
Hey, I'm risking it. I'm canceling if you want to. It's F. It's just F. It's not a good movie.
Really?
Not a good movie.
Dude, even like the anime fight scene at the very end with the dragon, like that was so dope.
You talking about everything you can tell that's on a green screen? Like everything, like no, it was not good.
I think everything leading up to that dragon fight was really good. I did not like that dragon fight.
It was terrible. I think the villain was terrible. I thought like the dad was just like super one dimensional. Like, oh, it was not. They tried to even him out with like, oh, he was in love with this person and this and that. It just, for me, it was just not good. I went to the movies to see it. I paid my hard-earned money to go to a theater and watch this movie, and it was not good.
You risked your life in the heart of COVID, right there in the theater. I think we can compromise on like a C or a D.
Yes. I would say if anything a D, but y'all do y'all thing.
All right, we'll put it at D. I'm upset about it. I'm mad.
I'm mad.
I felt like I finally got a movie that was like as close to Dragon Ball Z as we're gonna get. I loved it, even though it was campy and bad. But like,
Willie, it was close to Dragon Ball Z. The wrong Dragon Ball Z. Like it was close to the movie Dragon Ball Z.
No.
I think that's what it was close
to.
Next, I think we're going S here. I think this is the only S tier out of Phase 4, Eternals, right?
Stop playing with me. Can we just hurry up and just throw this in F?
Yeah, F and move on.
Yeah, where is there something below F? Where is Eternals? It's right here. Yeah,
the trash is there.
So far, worst movie that I would much rather watch Thor, The Dark World before that.
No, I would watch the first Thor with the bleach eyebrows. I would do that before I watch it.
Hey, that one guy from the boy band was in the post-credit scene. That was kind of cool, right?
Harry Styles.
I didn't even know who it was until my girlfriend said, "Oh, that's Harry Styles."
Same.
What does it say about me that I knew exactly who it was?
Okay, next up.
Move on.
Might be a legitimate S or an A tier. No Way Home.
Yeah, S.
I go S. Yeah,
S. Oh
S.
man.
S.
phenomenal.
Oh, great movie. Phenomenal movie.
I know, Vic, you don't know what this is, but I teared up. It's when water comes out of my eyes. I teared up at the moment when the three fall and they land on like the Statue of Liberty that's fallen over. It was such a good moment.
Yeah.
The way I had to dodge spoilers on the internet for this movie, even though it was, we all saw it opening night. We knew it was happening, but the way I dodged spoilers, oof, for that movie.
They were talking about it for years.
Yeah.
I got so many goosebumps every time something like Daredevil showed up.
Yeah.
One of the Spider-Man. So it was just like, it was so much that's happening, and it was just great.
Yes.
And to end it the way that like you expect a Spider-Man movie to end, which is not on a good note, on like this like sad, like it's a
Super
bittersweet ending.
Oh,
Yeah.
super sad.
I mean, but this is the first Marvel MCU Spider-Man movie that ended on that note. Like, this is the first, like, at first he was kind of making it through, and it was okay at the end.
Yeah.
But, like, this is the first one where he got to the real, like, how Spider-Man usually is in the comics, where it ends up kind of in a bitter, sad part.
But it felt like it took 3 movies to do an origin story for Spider-Man, which is what I appreciated about it.
Yeah. There's a build-up. Up next is Multiverse of Madness. Don't do it, Willy. F? Really?
Don't do F, Willy. F, Willy.
Give it a,
like a D at least.
Give it a C.
Hated this movie.
Give it a C.
I will watch Doctor Strange before I watch Shang-Chi. I will watch that before I watch Shang-Chi.
I give it a C.
Vic?
I'll give it a C. I'm down with it.
I enjoyed that movie.
I enjoyed it too. It did have many flaws.
Sure.
All right, here's the deal. I've only seen that movie once. Everything else on this like tier list, I think I've seen at least multiple times. I've watched Captain Marvel like 3 times. I'll go back and watch this just to say it's a C.
Why would you watch Captain Marvel 3 times?
Brie Larson. Have you seen Brie Larson?
Fair point.
I'm still confused.
All right. Up next is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Whatever it is, it has to be above Shang-Chi.
Above?
Does it? Does it?
Yes.
I didn't hate this movie like most of the world did. It wasn't a great movie. I think
it wasn't a great
Christian
movie.
Bale was good in it. I wish I'd have known more about his character and why.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job.
Why he wanted to kill children and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I think like when you start to look at the list, there is no way this is worse than Black Widow in my mind.
I'm there.
I don't know. I watched this before I watched Black Widow.
I'm there with you.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's above It's above Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm cool with the C.
But so did we notice that how Thor starts off in the middle where Thor ends up, and then we're like it's up and down where it goes with that?
It's also crazy that he has 4 movies, right?
He does have 4 movies. Weird.
He does have 4 movies. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Have
Thor: The Dark World.
He's the only one that has 4 movies.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and then to round out Phase 4, we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Where we put Black Panther?
We put Black Panther.
We put it at A. I like Wakanda Forever better though. That's crazy.
What?
I like Wakanda Forever. I go A on that one too. I think the way
I will say A.
The way they handled T'Challa's death was really, really well done. I think they did an awesome job with that. I'm glad they didn't try to CGI him into anything.
Yeah.
Or do anything weird like that, and they just had flashbacks, and that was it. I think it was really well done.
I agree.
The only thing for me is that Ironheart, 100% forgettable. This is supposed to be the introduction for this character, and I did not like her at all. Maybe as a character, as an actor, I think she did a really great job with what she was given. But, like, the suit that they put her in, like, the terrible writing for the scenes, I just, like, I didn't like that storyline at all. It did a lot to, like, pull me out of it. So I would personally put it at a B, but I'm fine with it being at A.
So where I'm from, we call this Latin Panther because it seems like Namor was just beating us up all throughout the whole movie. So at this point, I don't know if we can but
he was not messing around.
I did like Namor. No, he was not at all. But I did like the introduction of Namor. That really excites me because that lets me know that we're really opening up this MCU thing up. But I agree with you with Ironheart. I really felt like they should have saved that for the TV series. Yeah. I think that they should have just left her out of this because at this point now, like her story was they could have put somebody else as the person that invented that thing to look for vibranium. It was very.
I agree.
Oh.
All right. So now we have exactly one film in Phase 5 that we have to put in there, and that is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And then after that, we get into the movie that we're seeing next week, which is Guardians Volume 3. So the last movie that we have to rank is Quantumania.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say C.
That's the best I'm gonna give it.
Yeah. I thought they did again a really good job with the humor, like a really, really good job with the humor in this, and I enjoyed it. I think B or C is fine.
Here's left me wanting something more.
My issue is that it feels like this movie was shot on the void, the same way all of the series were, and you can tell. Like, go and watch any of the Star Wars movies, just like Rogue One. Go watch Rogue One and see how their set design feels lived in. It has atmosphere. It feels like there's some story to it. We watched Quantumania a couple of nights ago, and like when they're walking through the like town that she's from, it doesn't feel like anything bigger than a set.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm cool with that.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for hanging out with us this weekend. Scott will be back on the following episode. And Paul, Vic, thank you guys both for hanging out with us.
No problem.
Anytime.
All right. Bye.
Bye.